Yes, you do. Because otherwise, nobody can hear you. That would just be strange. Do a show. Just all by yourself, nobody listening, I tell you what. Alright, there we go. Greetings, humans. Greetings. And welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and today, I'll tell you what, going to do a little bit of an early show. Bear's got some stuff to do. You know what? Mother's Day is coming up tomorrow. Bear's got to get prepared for that just a little bit. Everybody goes out and does their picnic baskets out there. And Bear's got to get a little bit ready for some of that. So whenever anybody's out there, in the woods, enjoying their Mother's Day with their picnic baskets. And Bear just comes up and everybody runs away. Oh, it's a good fun. It's a good laugh. Well, at least for Bear it is. And I gets to enjoy some of the picnic out there. So hopefully, I don't know if there's like seasonal foods for people for Mother's Day, but hopefully, knocking on wood, hopefully there will actually be some salmon in some of those picnic baskets that Bear can enjoy. Yes, indeed. All right, we're doing a kind of a short stream here today. Just got a couple minor items to kind of go over here. So let's go ahead. Let's get right on into it. Enough of this gibber and jabber. We've got enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into our campaign updates. Let's go ahead and start with, if I can find it here, one of these days, a professional show one of these days, with a Wraith of God. We actually got this at the very end of the show the last time around. We were literally just about to wrap up. There had his claw just over the button there, about to end the stream, and in comes Jeff Potts. Oh my god, we got a update from Aaron Lopresti here. So a little bit of a delay, but we'll go ahead and get right on into it. Just from the other day here. The Wraith of God goes to the printer. Excellent. That's excellent news, I tell you what. Hey, everyone. Hey, Aaron. Well, it's been a long, steady progress, but as I type this, the print files for Wraith of God are being uploaded to the printer. Yes, indeed. Actually, he has a... Let me find it here. He's actually got a very nice cover that he came up with. Let me get out of the way there. Don't need to see Bear. Very cool. Trying to remember if this is the main cover or if it was the... I want to say this was the alternate cover, but Bear could be wrong. I could be wrong on that. Enjoy the back cover there. The back cover looks really cool. Kind of a sort of... I guess he's on fire or something like that. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. Alright, anyways, let's go on. This 84-page extravaganza, holy cow, is entering the final stages of production. Now, because of... Bear's been kind of talking about this for a little bit, but now, because of the current economic landscape and supply chain issues, the printer can only give me an estimate on when the book will be done. He says about 4 to 5 weeks. That seemed like a long time, but a lot of printers are looking at a 3-month turnaround. So I'm currently, so I'm considered myself blessed. Yes, indeed. Also, the Wraith of God Rafa ashcans, have been upgraded to square bound, yes indeed, to better accommodate the 48-page count. Holy cow. That limited edition book is headed to the printer sometime this week as I continually tweak the cover. I'll be starting the... I'm sorry, Bear gets always confused with sometimes with the bolding here. It's got this sort of get the bold and the unbold. It always confuses Bear. Alright. Where was he? Aaron says he'll be starting the last stretch goal print that previews the next Wraith of God story titled Blood Hunters. And I'll be keeping you posted on all the progress of that. There you go. I love it when a plan comes together. That's right. That's right, Hannibal. Thank you all for your continued support of this exciting project. It won't be long now. And that's for Wraith of God. Yes, indeed. A very interesting cover there. I really enjoy that. I like the colors. I like the colors in the back covers as well. Pretty cool. And I believe it is square bound, so a nice little spine on there as well. Bear always enjoys a nice spine. Yes, indeed. Alright, let's go on. We actually have another great one here. I tell you what, pretty much all of these campaign updates are, look to be some great books out here. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. I need to bring it up here. Dang it, Bear, one of these days. One of these days, Bear, we will do a professional show. That's right, black and white from the other bear, the art T-Bear. Yes, indeed. 100K stretch goal pins. He's got pins this time. Are in. He says we just received the awesome enamel black and white pins that every backer will receive. Very cool. I enjoy that. We are currently getting all the manufacturing done that we can while working toward the completion of Volume 2 of Black and White Man vs. Machine. The third one should be called Man vs. Bear. There we go. Our next big manufacturing projects will be embroidered black and white patches. By the way, RT Bear always does a great job with the stretch goals. The patches have always come in great. Let's see, the last one they did, it was the what was that? The time traveling one. The Chrono Mechanics. The Chrono Mechanics patch, very cool. And then they also had the black and white patch, so very neat. Art always does some great work there. In getting the High Octane Adventure book off to the printer. I think that is the one with Von Klaus and is it? I'm trying to remember who the art. I don't think it was Aceveda. I'm sorry, I don't remember the artist right off the top of Bear's head here. We just posted 2 new original artwork tiers to the site. Let's get to that. Enough of this gibbering and jabbering. Let's actually get to some great RT Bear work here. We just posted 2, you see it here, original artwork tiers to the site. If you're interested in having your very own original action-packed piece of black and white artwork for your collection, you can go and pick up one of these great pages. And from getting some artwork from art in the past, I can tell you it's always top-notch, always high class out there. Yes, indeed. Very cool, very cool. He says, thank you all for your support, and please keep telling your friends about this great read. Well, that's what Bear's doing right now. Art and Pamela. Very cool. Very nice. Enjoy some of that great artwork there from the other great bear out there. That would be RT Bear. Yes, indeed. All right, let's go ahead. And get out of that. Do the thing with the thing and the thing. And then you do the thing. And you don't want to have a black screen because, oh my god, everybody's going to run away because they say, oh my god, he doesn't have anything. Bear, what's going on? I got it, people, for crying out loud. All right, a very quick update from Uncle E out there. He says the darkness at the end of the frog tunnel. I think I think the metaphors have been mixed there, but that's all right. He says the darkness at the end of the frog tunnel. Dear CyberFrog II wrecked planet backers. He gives a little bit of artwork and says closer rather, stay with me, Ethan Van Skyver. Yes, indeed. So, we'll go ahead and take a look real quick here at what he has. Let me find it here. So I'm trying to figure out, wasn't able to figure out if this was like a double page spread or if it's just like a panel. I'm not, it doesn't really, kind of looks like maybe he took this on his phone or something like that. I don't think it's a scan or anything like that, so a little lacking on the detail there, but I would assume maybe it is a panel. So, I mean, within the last, couple weeks, Uncle E got a panel done. So there you go. Very nice. Very cool. Still needs a little bit more. We really need to get this one out here. They had another one as well. What was their name? Heather Swain. Let's see. Always wear red. Yes, indeed. I don't know if they had this on a previous update or not. I wanna say I've seen this somewhere, but Bear could be wrong. Anyways, just the one panel apparently, and we're getting closer, whatever that means. Not really sure. Again, one of the things that Bear likes to do is kind of compare and contrast some of the different campaigns here. So, just kind of comparing and contrasting CyberFrog with Wraith of God. You know, Aaron pretty much had a schedule that he had where just about every week he's putting out an update. You know, hey, I've gotten pages, pages 33 through 35 done or something like that. And, maybe show some artwork, maybe just show some stuff around the studio or something like that. But always keeping people informed and letting them know what's going on. CyberFrog, I don't know. Bear, I tell you what, Bear feels like a little bit that he's a little bit out of the sync of some of the bigger Comicsgate artists out there. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to figure out information when your show is 3, 4. Bearsaw Malin had a show last night. It was like 5 hours long. There's no way that Bear's going to be able to go through that every day to figure out, okay, what's little piece of information about CyberFrog that they talk about on the stream. That's really hard. Bear would say, if anybody would listen to Bear, if they talk about any of that on the channel, maybe just excerpt that out a little bit and put that on the channel as an excerpt. Hey, we were talking about CyberFrog, yada yada yada. This is what happens, and you don't need to listen to 4 hours of a Castro length live stream out there just to figure out what's going on with CyberFrog. So yeah, kind of compare and contrast CyberFrog with Wraith of God out there, and I tell you what, Aaron is doing a great job. I'm sure Uncle E is doing excellent artwork here, but I tell you what, late as hell. Bear's kind of getting a little frustrated with that. I wish that it would just kind of go ahead and at least give us kind of a best guess on when it might come out here. You know, late summer, maybe early fall. Hopefully it won't go into the winter or anything like that. We actually did a poll the other day talking about Mike Miller's, what was the name? Lone Star. Which one was going to come out first? Was it going to be Lone Star, or was it going to be CyberFrog? Everybody seemed to agree that it was going to be Lone Star that was going to be coming out first. So, as CyberFrog, you got a little bit of oomph there to go here. So, let's go ahead and hopefully get a little bit of a fire underneath the butt there, and get these shipped out. Get them shipped out here. All right, let me get to the final one here. We've been talking about this for a little bit of time. Here. Where is it? Come on, Bear. What happened to it? Oh, there we go. There we are. I tell you what, Bear. One of these days. Finally, talking about a really late campaign out there. At least we get a shipping update. Talking about Oddity. I think it came out, late 2018, I want to say, when they started their campaign. So, yeah, definitely really late here. But finally, it was awesome. He says, AD Dave Comics says, it was awesome to finally meet Sweens in person this week. On Tuesday, we started learning how to fold boxes and get a system together. I hope that didn't take that long. We knocked out the single book, no perk tiers first, and then moved on from there. On Wednesday, we worked until 4 a.m. Holy cow. Packing and shipping labels. All in all, by Thursday morning, I had to make the long drive home. We left with about 50 or so orders left to pack and shipped, plus a few that just needed shipping labels. So still waiting to go to the post office, but about 10 boxes of books made it to the post office and are on their way. Very cool. A few books had some sort of address issue, and Sweens will be trying to contact those backers. So check your emails. Yes, indeed. Check your spam folder. Those last few orders that we didn't get will be taken care of next week. So a little bit more patient on the last few orders. Thanks, Odd Army, and it includes a photo of I'm assuming postal worker there taking, like, hey man, I'm just moving boxes here, but you don't need to take a picture of me, just take a picture of the box. So I don't know. But there you go. There is finally evidence that we're finally getting some shipping finally done on Oddity. It's taken a hell of a long time here, but very looking forward to checking it out. Very much looking forward to that. So, hey, Andrew J, good to have you here. And same to you as well. I hope you're having a excellent Saturday here. Doing a little bit of an early show, but hey, glad to have everybody that we can here. All right, let me find 1 second here. Let me go back here. 1 second, people. One of these days, a professional show. Yes. Not today, though. Not today, unfortunately. All right, so we actually have a little bit of an update here from just the other day. We were talking a little bit about the Disney stuff out there that was kind of going on in Bear's neck of the woods here in Florida with all stuff. Basically, they had what was called their special privileges, I suppose, that allowed them to kind of work in Florida without a whole lot of oversight, I suppose. So they got that taken away from them. Just the other, a complete nuclear explosion, as it were, out there. Bear did not think that they were going to be doing that. They ended up pulling it away. So there you go. There you go. The book is shipping. I'm assuming you're talking about Oddity there, Andrew. Yeah, I believe we had photographic evidence that at least it was at the post office. So I don't know if there's any books in there, but there you go. And yeah, go ahead and check the email. Yes, indeed. All right, let's go ahead, get right on into it. Our good friends here at Bounding Into Comics, and let's see, John F. Trent, putting out the great content out there. All right, a journalist who exposed Disney's twisted agenda launches Drop Disney campaign. Hashtag Drop Disney. Drop Dead Disney. A campaign to target company stock price could already be working. Oh, we'll get into that in just a second. Let's see. Journalist Christopher F. Rufo announced he's launching a campaign called Drop Disney that will target the Walt Disney Company's stock price. Yes, indeed. Rufo announced in the campaign on Twitter. Actually, I've got the tweets right here. Let me pull those up. Pull those up here. There we go. He says, get rid of that. There we go. Disney wants to impose a critical race theory and other gender ideology on American families. We're organizing a campaign to fight back. Hashtag Drop Disney. Oh, there we go. So there you go. Christopher Rufo might be better known as I think it was it Virginia? I think it was Virginia. Virginia, where they had the issues in the school there, so he was kind of putting a light onto some of that, and kind of turning his attention here over to Disney, who deserve quite a bit of vitriol and fire here. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. He goes on here. Let me find the other one here. He goes on. He says, "We're launching a paid digital ad campaign targeting." I hate the term conservative. Mainly because it's really not a viable term anymore, I would suppose. Plus, it also, I would just say any normal Disney subscriber, Disney Plus subscribers out there, with the goal of persuading them to cancel the service. It's a high leverage strategy. Even a small slowdown in the rate of subscriber growth can have a major impact on the stock price. Look at Netflix out there. They actually were expecting a whole bunch of new users, and then they ended up having a whole bunch of people leave, and their stock price went down quite a bit there. So trying to do the same thing here, reaching out to people and saying, hey, if you don't like what Disney is doing, especially here in the state of Florida, they're going after our governor here and trying to repeal not only the classroom bill that they passed, but also probably trying to probably trying to get their special status back as well. So, anyways, he goes on. He says, "Oh, I shouldn't have had that Coke right before it came out. A Coca-Cola, rather, Coca-Cola, for crying out loud. Beer could do a hopped up show here, but I probably wouldn't want that. Probably wouldn't want a bear on cocaine roaming the woods." He goes on, he says, the company is already in turmoil. The stock price has plummeted since the scandal. Rumors are flying that the CEO is in jeopardy, and executives across the country are scared to become, quote, the next Walt Disney Company. We're going to press the advantage. So there you go. Don't let your foot off of the gas there. All right, and he finally goes on here and says, let me find it here. And again, I would say, forget conservatives. I would just say normal, everyday people out there need to develop a strategy for containing woke corporations. We have to apply countervailing pressure and make the executives understand that there's a price for pushing critical race theory and gender ideology onto employees and customers. There you go. Better way to describe it is get woke, go broke out there. Yes, indeed. So, let me see. He goes on and says, let me get back to it here. And says, oh, let's see. Andrew J. There we go. Yes, thank you, Andrew. Conservatives don't conserve anything at this point. I would say Mr. Rufo has done more to push forward that agenda than anybody in Washington, D.C. out there. So you can take that to the bank. On the actual website, it encourages individuals to sign a pledge. Let me get myself back up there. There's beer. Let's see. To sign a pledge indicating that they will be dropping Disney, and there are even guidelines to instruct individuals to cancel their Disney Plus subscription. The only downside to that might be if it came with like another service. For example, like if it came with your phone service or something like that, you signed up with your new phone service, and it has like a year subscription or something like that. It might be hard to kind of justify canceling that, unless you just don't watch it, or unless you just kind of want to make a point or something like that. I would say just if you're doing it month by month or something like that, go ahead and cancel that way. But if you've got it already as far as a plan or something, make your own decisions on that. It goes on, it provides a more in-depth discussion on why you should be dropping Disney and canceling your subscriptions. It's explaining that, quote, Disney hate you for protecting your children's innocence, and they hate you for not handing your kids over for indoctrination. They hate you for not traumatizing them with fake ideologies about race and gender. There's probably some out there that deal either trying to indoctrinate and that sort of deal with either race or gender as far as the kids go and stuff like that. Probably the bigger overarching concept would be just generally destroying the nuclear family. So basically kind of the idea that the state would raise the children there. So, those aren't your kids that go to the classroom. Those belong to the teacher, that sort of deal. So I would probably put it more on that end rather than focusing rather on race or gender. But it helps to kind of get specific with some of that. But holy cow, that is an ugly face. Man, oh man. I tell you what, if Bear was out eating his stolen picnic basket and Brie Larson came up with that face, Bear would run. Bear would run back into the woods, unless there was salmon. Unless there was salmon in there. I have to think about that for half of a second. Let's see. From there, the site shows Rufio's work. He came out with all the reimagining tomorrow videos and stuff like that and posted them up there. So let's see. He was dealing stuff with that. This is kind of a long article, so I'm kind of skipping around here. Well, let's see. What did he say? Responding to another. Looks like trying to figure out where this came from. CNBC, a headline that they were commenting on major companies, including Disney and Walmart, are largely keeping silent. As they have the whole abortion issue. Bear isn't going to get into any of that sort of stuff, but you can kind of see the progression there, where maybe some of these companies might have been more proactive. They took a look at Disney and what happened to them and says, hey, hold on now just for a second. Maybe we shouldn't come out with any statements or anything like that. Actually, the Disney CEO had it correct the first time with the Florida law here. He basically came out and says, hey, we're not going to comment on any of that sort of stuff. And some of the crazy employees kind of blew up on him, so he came back and completely reversed it and completely stepped in it, if you know what I mean. So, the original idea was the best, so I think a lot of CEOs and other people out there are kind of taking that and learning from it here. In fact, he says the game has changed. Rufio says, executives saw what we did to Disney and have changed their risk calculation. The pushback against woke capital is starting to deliver results. Yes, it is. So let's go ahead and check out what they are talking about here. Oops. There we go. So here is Disney stock year over year, or year to year rather. So from January of 2022 on here. Actually, yeah, just this year, so 6 months. So we see it going from, what was that, basically 150, let's just call it 160 here, down to 110. So they've lost about $45 or about 30% since all this craziness started. So yeah, if you were a holder of Disney stock, yeah, probably would be pretty ticked off about the CEO. But one of the things that Bear's been saying is, uh, if you want, go out and actually buy Disney stock, even though it might be going down or something like that. Don't look at it as a investment in the company to make money or anything like that. Look at it as a way to go to one of the stockholder meetings and make your opinion known at one of those meetings there. Bring a camera. I tell you what, one of the fandom menace people out there could take one of their super chats, get their Walt Disney stock, go to the Disney board meeting there, and kind of raise their own concerns about some of that stuff rather than just the usual complain. I think that would make a great video out there. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Oh, Melissa is here. Good to have Melissa. Good to have her here. Let's see. Don't let Disney raise your kids. That's true. That's true. Let's see. I don't know who Yikes is all about, but there we are. I think Melissa has it. Yes, indeed. All right. So just to kind of conclude here with some of this stuff, it's very interesting. Some of these say Bear doesn't want to pick on the fundamentous YouTubers out there. A lot of great YouTubers and also fans out there. Not trying to get in with some of that stuff, but just kind of compare what we're talking about here with Mr. Rufo and how he's going about these sort of cancel Disney campaign that he has going on with some of the YouTubers out there that go out and, where is it here? Where is it? They had the new movie come out, the Doctor Strange movie that came out, so it's, in the past couple weeks or something like that, video after video after video of, how terrible Disney is, and, they're awful, blah, 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 blah. And then they go to the movie, they pay money to go to the movie and then do the review on the movie about how terrible the movie is. We know that the movie's not going to be that great. We already know this. I mean, this is known. It would be more shocking if it was actually good. And I gotta tell you, look forward to Sam Raimi directing. He does a great job directing. Great lighting in there. Just a great all around. It sounded like Beer kind of listening to, what was it? The drinker, the critical drinker out there. Go check out his channel. He was talking about the movie and everything, and basically the consensus was that great direction, great cameos out there from different characters. Terrible script, awful script. They tried to cram everything into there. The comment was made, basically, it was a Disney Plus movie. Probably should have been premiering on Disney Plus rather than in the movie theaters there. But they did a pretty good job doing it in the theaters. But yeah, if we're going to be saying that Disney needs to be taken down a peg or two, probably shouldn't be going to opening night for Doctor Strange out there. Or let's just say that you are the biggest Doctor Strange fan out there. You love what's his name? Cumber something or other. Benedict Cumbermuffin or something. Anyways, you're the favorite. He's your favorite actor or something like that. Go to the movie theater and check out. Oh gosh, what was the other multiverse movie in there with the Michelle, what's her last name? The Asian lady. Anyways, a very nice movie out there. Go purchase the tickets to that, and then go, if you're in the multiplex or something like that, go over there to the Doctor Strange and watch your Doctor Strange movie, but you're not paying for it, for crying out loud. So, yeah, that's kind of what Bear would say about some of that stuff. Definitely don't want to be rewarding Disney right after you've been saying how terrible they are. So, that would be kind of Bear's comment on that. Let's see. Melissa asks, I'm amazed by Disney's plummeting stock. Well, I suppose if we've been paying attention here that, in addition to the Wu flu out there, their parks they haven't been occupied. Shanghai over there in China, the whole city is basically locked up, so nobody's going to Shanghai Disney. By the way, Disney, no comment on locking the people up in Shanghai. I guess that's a no comment on that one. So I don't know. I think they've kind of peaked, especially with the Marvel stuff. Everybody seemed to enjoy the first couple phases of Marvel, and then this phase, everybody's kind of either burnt out or kind of nonplussed about it. So, and again, we haven't really talked about it in some time, but Disney's stock price, or excuse me, rather the debt that Disney has. So let's just say nobody went to go see Benedict Cumberbuns or whatever the heck his name is. Nobody went to go see that movie. It was a complete loss. I don't know how much the movie was, but a $300 million movie, complete loss. Nobody went to go see it. It's totally a write-off for Disney. They could do that 3 times and still not add up to the amount of debt that they have for this year. Or excuse me, the interest on their debt. So the interest that they have to pay on their debt would include 3 Doctor Strange movies, completely failing. So while Mr. Rufo is great, let's make sure that Disney Plus is losing subscribers out there. The real thing to look at would be their debt. They're probably going to have to start to sell off some. I don't know if they're going to sell off some of their IP or not, but that might be interesting. That might be something to look for. Disney hasn't been doing very well with Star Wars. Maybe it might be a good idea to spin off Star Wars into its own little company, just kind of keeping a small percentage of it, and let somebody that knows what they're doing with Star Wars actually make some of the movies. All right, let's see. Spider-Man. I don't know. Spider-Man? Question mark. Spider. Yeah, okay. Benedict Cumberbatch. Yes, indeed. There we go. Thank you, Melissa. I couldn't remember. I knew it was something like that. It was a crazy name, but there we go. Benedict Cumberbatch. Yes, indeed. He is a great actor. Really good. Bear was probably one of the very few, very, very, very few people that actually liked what he did in the Star Trek movie. I thought the Star Trek movie, it had flaws. It had plenty of flaws. Don't get Bear wrong, but Benedict Cumberbatch or whatever the heck his name did a very good job in there. I thought. In fact, there was actually a fan theory that he wasn't really Khan. It was just like he was the first one woke up. So, oh yeah, that's right. I'm the Khan. Yeah. So there's kind of an interesting theory on that. I don't know if it was true or not, but there you go. There you go. All right. Well, I tell you what, people. We named this appropriately enough here. Let me find it here. Oh gosh darn it. One of these days. This short stream. Actually, Bear just had those couple items here. Normally trying to have a little bit more, but hey, you know what? Sometimes you get the bounty. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't. So there you go. All right. Well, I do want to thank good old Andrew J. Haven't seen Andrew J. in quite a while, so please keep coming back, Andrew. And Melissa, always Bear's favorite Lester out there. Just don't tell Amy. Out there. But always enjoying the Lester sisters out there. Good, nice that they got onto Mike's show the other night. He always talks about the stupid Bitcoin, but always enjoying some of that. Maybe one of these days we'll actually get back to a drawing and quartering. Oh, let's see. Melissa has a juicy rumor out here. She says, I heard the tale that the retired CEO who founded the Chicken McNugget is banding with a bunch of uber rich guys to resist corporate wokeism. Really? Let's see. The Chicken McNugget. That's interesting. I'm assuming from McDonald's there. So very cool. Yeah, there was a number of I mean, we could talk about Elon Musk getting Twitter there. So they're starting. You know what? I bet you there's probably not again, I hate to do the conservative, that sort of deal, so I don't think Elon Musk is conservative or anything like that. But I think there's a lot of smart CEOs that understand a business very well and see a market out there that, like Disney or any number of these companies out there, Netflix, hey, they're not putting out content for these people. They're only putting out content for a certain select group of people, and you know, take your pick, Marvel, Star Wars, whatever. They're using that sort of rubric to bring in sort of the fans to lecture those fans rather than just making a good movie and maybe sneaking in a little bit of propaganda in there in the background or something like that. People wouldn't notice, but they would enjoy their movie. I think that they have a number of smart businessmen out there that recognize that, hey, there's a whole untapped market audience out there that, hey, maybe, and they actually have money too. It's strange. All the woke people, they don't really have a whole lot of money. So, yeah, I think they just have a bunch of just smart, savvy business people out there that say, hey, we recognize a market out there. Let's go ahead and tap this market and see where we can go with it. I think that might be a way to go in the forward. Again, Mr. Rufo was talking about the conservative case. I just say, hey, let's just bring in just normal people, whether or not you voted for Biden or not. Bear voted for Biden many times. Got to get rid of that pesky Second Amendment. Yes, indeed. Oh, Amy Melissa relays a message, says, Amy wants to say hi. She's on her way over. Well, Bear says hello to Amy. Just don't tell her that Melissa is Bear's favorite Lester out there. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, like you said, only planned on doing this for a short stream out here. So, hopefully we'll get back to it. Usually do a show on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We've been doing it in the evening, but hey, you know what? Some of these afternoon ones have been well received. So let's see. We might keep doing that. Hey, if you're watching this later or something like that, drop a comment down in the comment section there for Bear and let him know which time period you like here. Let's see. Andrew J says, I'll order some anti-woke McNuggets anytime. Yes, indeed. Bear would as well. Yes, he did. All right. By the way, we actually have let me write it down here in case people don't know that Bear actually has a second channel that you can check out called, if I can do it without it auto-correcting, Barely Live. So if you want to check out and subscribe to the other channel, that's actually where we have all of our live shows that are archived. So do check that out. Make sure you subscribe. We just put up the show from Wednesday there, so try to keep that up to date, as it were, because YouTube kind of gets this weird algorithm where if you leave too many live shows up on your regular channel, they keep knocking you. So if you have a show that you haven't seen, well, go check out Barely Live. It probably will be over there. Yes, indeed. Amy, good. I tell you what, literally about to hit the end button. Good old Amy shows up. Good to have Amy here. Jiminy Cricket, Dagnabbit Beer, you're streaming too early. You just woke up at 2:30 in the afternoon. What the heck? For crying out loud. For crying out loud. I'm so happy to know what Bear sounds like. Well, I tell you what, freaking YouTube is, makes Bear sound a little bit different. So go check out the Barely Live channel, and it sounds a little bit more like Bear. Yes, indeed. And of course, Jimmy comes in and just takes over the chat. Right as we're about to leave. Just waking up at 2:30 in the afternoon. You know what? Bear wishes that he could wake up at 2:30 in the afternoon. Just take a long siesta. And really, actually, you go to sleep at 2:30 if you're taking a siesta, I think. But whatever. Yes, Amy is correct. Up at the break of 3 p.m. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, once again, we want to say thank you to all the Lesters out there, Melissa and Amy included. Jimmy, gotta thank Jimmy out there. Haven't seen Andrew in quite a while. It's good to have Andrew here. And of course, all the lurkers and Russian bots out there. We enjoy our Russian bots as well. So there we are. Nobody parties harder the Jiminy. He must have been watching the 5 hour long John Malin stream out there, because man, oh man, that was 5 hours long. Bear couldn't. How do you sit in one position for 5 hours? Bear couldn't do that. You gotta go to the bathroom sometime. Crying out loud. I tell you what. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good to have everybody with us here. We did a couple of updates with the Wraith of God, Black and White, the ever delayed CyberFrog, whenever that's coming out. Oddity, odditily enough, is actually coming out. They are shipping the books as we speak. Hashtag DropDisney from Rufio. And of course, why people are watching Doctor Strange, I don't know. And oh my goodness, I'm running out of signal strength here. So there we go. Bear does want to hibernate too. Thank you, Amy. Good to have everybody here. And I want to, oh goodness. Let's see. I've been gone a while. I'm trying to get a bunch of CEOs together and fight wokeism. Well, Andrew J., thank you so much. We appreciate you. John Malin wears the pens. And with that, we'll leave it right there. Thank you, Jiminy. Thank you, everybody, for showing up once again every Wednesday and Saturday. We do this. Who knows what time? Hopefully, whenever Jiminy Cricket is up. We shall see. All right. Thank you, everybody, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bear's gonna head back into the. Oh, by the way, and happy Mother's Day out there to all the mothers. But Bear is going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people. Grrrrr.